Which is the first country to start value added tax? Brazil, Denmark, and Germany. Which is the first country to legalize euthanasia? Netherlands. Which is the first country to sign nuclear agreement with India? France. Which is the first country to ban smoking? Ireland. Which is the first country to ban capital punishment? Venezuela. Which is the first country to make constitution? USA. Which is the first country to introduce right to information? Sweden. Which is the first country to produce silk? China. Which is the first rocket to go near the sun? Helios B. Which is the first spacecraft to land on the moon without man? Luna 9. Which is the first aircraft to carry man on the moon? Apollo 11. Who was the first space tourist? Dennis Tito, USA. Who was the first person to journey space 7 times? Jenny Ross. What is the name of the first American satellite in space? Explorer 1. Which is the first nation to organize Asian Games? India. Which is the first country to organize modern Olympic Games? Greece. Which is the first country to win Football World Cup match? Uruguay. Which is the first cricket club? Marylebone Cricket Club, England. Who was the first woman to participate in marathon while on the space journey? Sunita Williams. Who was the non-white female to win Nobel Prize in Literature? Toni Morrison. Who was the first physically challenged person to climb Mount Everest? Tom Whitaker. Who was the first man to climb Mount Everest without oxygen? Fu Dorji Sherpa. Who was the first man to climb Mount Everest twice? Nawang Gompu. Who was the oldest man to climb Mount Everest? Yuichiro Miura. Who was the first South Asian leader to receive World Statesman Award? K.R. Narayanan. Who was the first pope to resign from his post? Pope Gregory XII. Who was the first person to give information about planets and their motion around the sun? Nicholas Copernicus. Who was the first person to give information about extension of universe? Edwin Powell Hubble. Who was the first woman to win International Simon Bolivar Prize? Aung San Su Kyi. Who was the first Prime Minister of Great Britain? Sir Robert Walpole. Which film has the most number of songs? Indra Sabha with 71 songs. Which is the longest Indian movie? LOC Kargil. Who was the first Indian to get an Oscar? Bhanu athaiya for the film Gandhi. At the time of Aurangzeb's death, Maratha leadership was in whose hands? Tarabai. Who was the renowned Jain Acharya to be honored by Akbar? Hiravijaya Suri. The famous poet Amir Khusro was associated with the court of Alauddin Khilji, who destroyed the Nalanda and Vikramshila University. Bakhtiar Khilji. The famous Kailash temple, cut out of a solid rock of Ellora, was built under the patronage of which royal dynasty? Rashtrakutas. The city of Jaunpur was founded In the memory of which ruler? Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Sufi Kalam, a type of devotional music, is a characteristic of which place? Kashmir. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming. Who defeated Alexander the Great? King Porus. Who gave the theory, the bunddleless universe? Stephen Hawkins. What is the Newton's first law? Law of inertia. Who were the seven gems of Akbar? Birbal, Tansen, Abul Fazl, Faizi, Raja Man Singh, Raja Todarmal, Mulla Do Piazza, Fakir Azauddin, and Abdul Rahim Khane Khana. Who founded the slave dynasty? Kutubuddin Evak. What is the botanical name of neem? Azar directa indica. Who discovered the role of Anopheles mosquito in the transmission of malaria parasite in humans? Ronald Ross. Who was the first Indian hanged by Britishers? Maharaja Nand Kumar. Who is called the father of vaccines? Edward Jenner.